the Arizona Democratic Party, herein referred to as the ADP, and the Maricopa County Democratic Party, herein referred to as the MCDP, has breached its promise to the people of Arizona to engage in an open, accountable, and ethical government. In doing so, I'm asking the ADP and MCDP to observe the implied terms of mutual trust and confidence and not act in a manner which would likely destroy or further seriously damage that trust and confidence. I trust, therefore, that the ADP and MCDP will observe the good faith performance and take reasonable and practical steps to remedy the following breaches with immediate effect. I contend ADP and MCDP has failed to provide a representative democracy that encourages maximum participation. I further contend that the ADP and MCDP has failed to engage in elections practices that are fair, transparent, and open to all constituents. First grievance, breach of contract with the people, fair elections that encourage participation by all constituents. There is a reasonable belief the executive committee members within the ADP and MCDP have engaged in practices that are, in the opinion of some members of the Democratic Party body, is a violation of fair, open, and transparent elections practices. The cumulative effects of the aforementioned have adversely affected candidates' abilities and capabilities to engage in the democratic process of running for office. This impedes both their mobility and participation within the democratic process of the republic we call the United States of America. I am asking that the ADP and the MCDP make reasonable adjustments, again, nothing unreasonable, reasonable adjustments to accommodate what is occurring and act with due diligence to remedy the situation. The second grievance, breach of ethical elections practices, which is encouraging maximum participation. Candidates for office running on a Democratic platform feel that they have needlessly been subjected to a systematic campaign of harassment due to ADP and MCDP's omissions to take reasonable and practical steps and or implement any preventative or protective measures to ensure an environment free from intimidation, threats, fear, pressure, bullying, coercion, oppression, suppression, cruelty, duress, censorship, veils of secrecy, and harassment. I wish to bring to the directorship's attention their duties as defenders of the Democratic Party and its platforms within the republic known as the United States of America, with express particular the fact that it is the directorship, Freudian slip, who are legally responsible to champion, promote, communicate, and implement ADP and MCDC's policies and procedures down the chain of command. Notwithstanding, neither many candidates nor many volunteers have been involved in any elections training. Such an omission speaks volumes in itself. Perchance, candidates would not now find themselves in this position had the ADP and MCDP had been proactive, keyword, right, in conveying its policies and procedures clearly and completely to all potential candidates for office, not a select few and their volunteers. This includes, but is not limited to, how the elections process works, what forms will be needed, how to fill out these reports, and where to return them in. Furthermore, be it noted, the Democratic Party is to engage in practices that encourage maximum participation. This means all candidates with a D behind their name should be getting support from the party regardless of past party affiliations, connections, relationships, memberships, or attachments. There has been no established bylaws allowing for the litmus test that has been occurring within the party of determining how democratic a candidate is. In our Republic of the United States of America, the individuals running for office choose their party affiliation, and not the ADP or the MCDP. In the name of fair, open, and transparency, we ask that the ADP and MCDP take reasonable steps and make a reasonable effort to cease and desist the practice of denying Democratic candidates support from the ADP or the MCDP. Furthermore, this omission has created an oppressive and intimidating environment for potential candidates for office. Until the primaries, all candidates should have an equal level of access to the ADP and the MCDP. It is not the role of the ADP or MCDP executive committee members or the other directors to play kingmaker and select party darlings. Let it be noted the days of smoke-filled rooms was supposed to be eliminated when we enacted the primary system. It should not be up to the governing body of approximately 50 people to select who they feel is a viable candidate. That's their word they like to use. This should be up to the constituents of the Democratic Party. To sell out the values of a fair election, all in the name of defeating a candidate of the opposite party, should be seen as a breach of ethics and subject to immediate scrutiny by the members of the Democratic Party body. As such, I ask that you consider the magnitude of the risk of harm occurring and the gravity of the harm which may occur should the Executive Committee member and the directors refuse this request. It is my hope that invoking this grievance procedure, no one will be made a Democratic outcast and or subjected to any detriment or detrimental treatment. We trust political candidates' careers can continue to flourish under more positive circumstances, and the candidates look forward to pursuing a career within all levels of government.
All right. Yeah.